Hello, everyone.
I have. May I?
Yeah. Please,
Anna Nietyksza, European Economic and Social Committee. I am rapporteur on new telecom package, but I am also a president of Eurocloud Poland. So just a question, is that the new telecom package prepared by the Commission facilitating from your point of view this cloud dissemination, or it has nothing to do? What's your position about it? Thank you.
I'm afraid I have to be completely honest, and I have to say that I'm not aware of the implications that the new telecom package has on the cloud industry. I don't know if Paulo can add something on that, but I'm not sure.
One thing I think that I can add, definitely the European Commission is very keen in pushing the telcos for the cloud market.
No, that for sure.
Yeah,
that for sure.
I don't know the package in detail, but honestly, hopefully they will help all the telcos going in a deeper way to the market. One thing that usually the people from the European Commission and Ken Cattell was here in the morning, and I heard him saying this once, was that the telcos are used to have a market that is regulated. Okay, so and that's a problem in the European view, and the cloud computing market will never be regulated. So that's a very important message in our view.
Yeah, I agree, and we telcos have to take a completely different approach to the market when they think about cloud, because it's really a cultural change and a difference in mindset. What I can tell you is that we've been working with the Commission, we've been talking to the Commission a lot over the past few years, and reinforcing what Paulo said. The Commission is really keen on seeing telcos have a more active role in terms of the cloud business, also because of the position that telcos hold in the marketplace, and because of the widespread presence that we have in the market. So it's important for the Commission and for the European Union, the telcos actually have an important role, and also can somehow connect together to make sure that we can have more cross-country approaches to the cloud market. And this is something that the Commission is very keen on developing. So most of the projects that we've been working on, which are sponsored by the European Commission, typically involve more than one telco operator in the project as well.
Domen, sorry, do you want to add something on this? Domen is from SiMobil, telco from Slovenia.
Yeah, thanks for the word. Basically, it's very hard to add on what João said. João?
Yes,
Wow.
it's like wow with a J first.
I have problems with his first name, but actually we are in a consortium with Portugal and Telecom for the last two projects, the one that he also showed. We are a bit smaller than Portugal Telecom, but we are trying to together, slowly but surely. I don't have anything special to add. Also, I'm not aware of the details of the new program that you mentioned. So, some other time maybe.
Okay, I think we can have further discussion because it's completely new. So there are many aspects of this regulation which will probably change the market if it's implemented before the Commission is, close its doors for this period. Let's say.
Okay, I'm curious. I'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you, Anna. Patrícia?
If no one else has any question, I will start. Well, basically, I will show you first try to find how this works. Just 1 second, okay? The goal is to share with you 2 success stories of PHCFX usage. Basically, it's a SaaS solution focused on business for small companies, service companies. And the goal, we started 3 years ago when we launched our first product. And today we already have a large portfolio of solutions. And the goal is to show you how it worked, well, in terms of end users experience mainly. I need help. Maybe not? Okay. Thank you so much. So we'll keep going.
No.
No. Isn't this the button?
Yes, I think that you are pressing the wrong one. A. No, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so my guess is that I'll be the first representative of a SaaS solution needing help with this. But we focused our software development basically in the challenges that service businesses suffer today. So basically, how do they retain customers? And how is it possible to provide a consistent service level, which was already spoken earlier? And also, how can small companies optimize time without spending much money on software? And how can they increase the lead conversion? Because, okay, it's easy for some to get new clients, but how do they convert these new clients in loyal clients, the ones that will keep using the solution all over time? And also, in terms of internal management, how to keep their own teams motivated to work. And basically, that was our focus. And thinking on those types of companies, the challenge is huge. Have you imagined? You have a small company and a big universe of offers. What can I choose for my company? What's the best fit for myself? Are these services capable of integrating my own tools like the Excel documents or other tools that I might use that were developed in-house? And mostly important, can I customize some of these solutions? Because that seems too hard. It must cost a lot. And can it grow with me if I grow also? How much will it cost? And basically, these are the main things that this kind of companies, small and medium enterprises, think when they go on business. And this was our way to help them. So we started working on the portfolio, the complete portfolio. It's, the first solution, the last solution was launched last month. So only now we have the complete family of business solutions, which is basically a tool to help desk companies offering the best service for their clients, a team solution to manage projects and teams also, the CRM, which of course allows everyone to keep a track of their relations with the clients, and a simple solution to allow everyone to keep the track of their documents, not to lose anything, an image, a logo, a proposal, very important, a statement, which is also really important, and of course the ERP solution, the one that helps you think of the business, and the billing one, which will help you to get paid. And well, if you think on this side, it's a pretty good portfolio because it allows this kind of services in terms of integration. But it's not enough, and it was not enough because even the small and medium companies have different needs. So we needed something that could adapt to suit their needs in terms of whether it's a small edition, the net edition, or the max edition, which is stronger in terms of functionalities. But we needed also a tool to ensure that you have all the analysis you need about your performance, because one thing is if we're talking about the CRM, but the other is if we're talking about billing and getting paid, and that's it. But we also thought, why not to offer a solution that could be customizable in terms of the needs of everybody. We may need an online store, and that's why we've developed the engine, which basically it's our API solution. But now the success stories. I chose two specific stories of small companies in Portugal that basically offer services. The first one is about integration, and it shows basically how this company, which is called Inováveis, uses our portfolio to ensure a better service. And the second case, it's the customization that basically shows how they use our API to answer their needs, which is the company Need to Know. So what are Inováveis? Inováveis offer a huge, they already have a strong background in terms of innovative solutions. They're a consulting company and they work with the industrial sector in Portugal. And they needed something that basically would fulfill their needs of mobility, the scalability, interoperability, and integration. They're a small company and they couldn't invest a lot of money. So basically, they chose the FX solution because it was a certified solution. As you know, in Portugal and in other countries like Spain, we have strong and legal obligations in terms of tax paying. So that's why they chose our solution, the billing, and then they migrated for the solution that I'm going to show you. So wrapping up their needs, they needed simple integration, a CRM and the ERP features that could work together and wouldn't imply a long investment in terms of data integration, the business software, and the real-time performance analysis, because they needed to know on time what were their performance in terms of sales and clients. So our offer was the business, the CRM, and the dashboard solutions. You feel free afterwards to get additional information about the solutions. So the goal was, and the goal was easy, and the result was even better because we had a company that was more happy and were offering a good service for their clients. So they were more productive. And in the end, they admit that if the solution was not so practical, they couldn't have done it, and they couldn't have rentitized their time as they do. As the need to know, well, basically, it's an online store of consumer electronics, and what they needed: scalability, of course, the interoperability as well, and the integration, but above all, a high customization level. Of course, the certification was also important, and their needs were basically and specifically the stock management. How could they manage their online stock and also keep a track of their billing information? So the offer was simple for us. We proposed the business solution and the engine that basically was customized for them to have the best online store integrated with their billing system, meaning that when an item comes, they insert it in the service, in the software, and it will automatically be available online and billed as well. So you have a satisfied and profitable customer. And basically that's it. They state that it's quite useful because it allows them to save time and be more efficient. So this is what distinguishes us from the whole horizon, and we've seen already some information talking about some presentations, talking about the integration need, the scalability, and the customization in terms of adapting the software to the needs of the end user, not the other way around. Just a brief note about PHC. We're a Portuguese business software house. We have 24 years old. I have 134 colleagues working in Lisbon, in Angola, Mozambique, and Spain. And that's it. Thank you for listening, and sorry for all these non-technological issues.
And also in Porto, you have also colleagues?
Yeah, but in Portugal we have in Lisbon and in Porto.
Okay, thank you, because I'm from Porto.
Sorry.
Thank you, Patrícia. While inviting Domen to do his presentation, Patrícia, is going mobile a priority for your customers? Is that on top of their priorities?
Yeah, we've been doing several studies in terms of the interaction performance of our end users. So we've realized that we have two types of usage of the information. The ones that are more using the solution intensively at the office, So like inserting clients and writing information about I don't know, for instance, a meeting. But you have the managers which need, of course, the analysis information. And that's why the dashboard tool is ready to work at tablets and other devices. And that's a priority for us.
Well, another issue that usually raised when talking about mobility is regarding the platforms, which usually is a problem because we are talking about several platforms, and when talking about several platforms, we have also to talk about several development teams. That's a problem for you, for your company?
No, we're already evaluating several SDBs to integrate the platform with other platforms, because the idea was we have the notion that we started only 3 years ago, and we need to enhance our solutions, but we want to, and first we needed to test it, so we kind of used the Portuguese market as beta testers for the solution and to find out what we needed to enhance. And now that we have the complete portfolio, the idea, of course, is to grow in terms of sales. So yes, we want and we will be in several marketplaces and also keen to establish partnerships with other players in the world.
Okay, thank you. João, please.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you to Paulo and to Eurocloud who organized a really nice conference. I think Luxembourg is a perfect position to have it. Also all of you for attending this session, and last but not least, João and Patrícia for setting the bar so high for me. So I think we have some small technical difficulties, but I'll try for you not to notice them. And the idea of my presentation is talking about cloud, going mobile through Mobis. So I will also tell a couple of words about Mobis project. Tomorrow we have a workshop on this topic, and once again, you are all invited to participate. I think that it's room P36. It's on the agenda.
E36.
E36. It's on the agenda, so everybody welcome. Very briefly about Mobis, because we'll be talking a lot about it tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. It's a European Commission sponsored project with 4 primary goals. The image is a bit bad because of the issues, but don't worry. The main idea is to create a pan-European cloud platform for business applications, not just SaaS applications, but porting those applications to the mobile devices, with the 2 key target groups. One of them being the developers and service providers, so SaaS providers, and the second key European industries who desperately need some push to increase the productivity, to increase the competitiveness on the global scale. There is quite a big consortium working on the Mobis project. One of them is Portugal Telecom, the second is PHC, so it's, most of us are on stage. Then it's Technical University Berlin, it's Eurocloud France. From Slovenia we have 2 representatives, one being ourselves, so SiMobil, and the second XLab, and last but not least UNICEF, Altic, and Tessera, and Mobilary. All of them being the application providers, the SaaS providers. Maybe take this opportunity to briefly talk about ourselves, since everybody else did. We are a second Slovenian mobile operator. As João, I was also a bit surprised that there is no more, that there's so little of us here, so little mobile operators. I think we are in a perfect position to bring the cloud to the market, to build on it, partially because we have huge customer bases with existing relationship, a huge marketing machine in the back, and also quite good infrastructure. We are a bit small, as I mentioned, than Portugal Telecom. We have about 700,000 users, which is more than 1/3 of the market. But luckily we are part of the bigger Telecom Austria group, which covers about 25 million customers. Let's say 25. Mostly in the central, west and south Europe. So we're not that much smaller than you guys. this is a slide about developing SaaS applications, and I'll try to show what's missing to go for a full native mobile experience. Basically, if you talk on a very high level, every SaaS needs some data store, some data backend, application logic being whatever it is, and some kind of a web portal or user interface, as I like to call it. And that's basically the three main elements the SaaS provider have to take care of. If you want to port it to the mobile device, a couple of things have to be added on. So the data storage should be enhanced, increased, and some APIs should be made available or opened. On top of which the mobile application can be developed. So not to get you confused, I'm not talking about web interface of SaaS applications on mobile devices. That's in most cases a done deal, especially with responsive designs. I'm talking about pure mobile applications, so app that you can find on App Store, on Google Play, or sometime in the future on competitive stores. This actually creates a couple of interesting opportunities for SaaS providers and in some cases also for telco operators. So if you imagine we have a number of SaaS providers at the bottom, one offering the ERP, one of them being maybe the PHC, and so on and so on. Every SaaS is basically designed to cover a need or a couple of needs of the customers. If you open the APIs on those apps, we can actually develop a kind of a mashups on top of that. So we take a part of one application, some information from the second, a feature from third application, and bring it all together. With a couple of scenarios that this could serve very well. One of it being, for example, you are a big company, you have a number of cloud or legacy applications and solutions. Basically, it allows you to bring those together. Very nice for management to see what's happening, what's going on, and actually not so distant from what Patrícia showed with the dashboard, I think. So creating mashups serve a wider portfolio, wider needs of the customers with a single mashup which is sitting on top of different providers. And this actually makes it quite interesting to bring it on the mobile, because you don't have to make 10 applications to cover 10 SaaS. You can make 1, 2, or 3, depending on the scenario. So coming back to SiMobil and to our group with a small twist. We have been working on cloud for last 3 or 4 years. We saw it as a leverage to increase our revenues, to retain the customers. As you know or may not know, it's very tough out there for telecom operators in the last years. So we were seeking for the new opportunities. So in a couple of years, we've developed a quite extensive SaaS portfolio. We have 25 or 26 different applications in store now. We have our own platform, which takes care of provisioning, billing, and in our view, very importantly, SSO, which is quite kind of a prerequisite for a good user interface. And recently, it has been selected to serve the whole Telecom Austria group. So we are moving out of Slovenia to serve 8 operators in 8 countries. So there is a couple of marketplaces which are front end of the platform, one being in Slovenia, one being in Croatia, and one soon to follow. I don't want to share you right now where. So that's what's happening, that's what's in place. If you join this with the Mobius initiative we are working on, actually this picture can change like this. Some animation for the fun of it. So we do have SaaS, we have platform, we have means of porting the applications to the customers on the desktop, in some cases on the tablet. If we put Mobius platform on the side, this means that actually we can also port it the other way around to the mobile devices. So we would still take care of the billing, the SSO would still be connected to our platform, but SaaS providers would have the possibility, and we would make sure to promote it, to build on top of their cloud applications, or to join them to create mashups and to port those to app stores. This is basically the main idea of Mobius, and I think I think Telco is perfectly situated to facilitate that process. So to conclude, there is a couple of challenges with porting or transiting the SaaS applications to pure native mobile applications. I've identified, or I've pointed out 3. One is a different software logic. While SaaS, as I showed you, has a data storage, the logic, and the interface. To transform that to the mobile application, actually you have to create a new front end, at least, or more. So, okay, you'll see it. So the one way to solve that challenge is exposing SaaS APIs, as we are doing with Mobis, to mobile apps and to access SaaS backend, create independent front end. Simplify the transition and also open the possibilities of creating mashups. The second one is development for mobile applications, mobile ecosystems. I think there are 3 main ones at the moment. So it's iOS, it's Android, and it's Windows Phone. And the rest is currently not so widely distributed. And it can be quite different from creating the pure SaaS applications. It's different logics, it's different ecosystems, it's different updates. A lot of stuff that maybe the SaaS developers are not so on track or on track with or professional with. So keep pointing me there. One possibility to solve this challenge is to join with third-party app developers to outsource some of the mobile app production and enable them to work on the existing SaaS, just building according to the specifications and upgrading the SaaS to pure mobile native applications. The reason I put here the Mobis logo is because Mobis is actually at least addressing or solving both of these challenges. Last is that with mobile application, mobile devices and infrastructure, there is always a question of access and quality assurance. So what's happening with who's accessing my device, my application, and what's the data traffic behind it. That actually, funny. That actually opens a gap for telco operator because we have the infrastructure, we know who you are, we have the ID of the phone, of the SIM card, so we can take care of the access control and also with some data shaping and prioritization, take care of the data quality assurance. So you will never get offline if it's a mission critical application. So the last challenge, which can be best solved by the operator. It can be us in Slovenia, I imagine it can be even simpler, Portugal Telecom in Portugal. This is the niche for the telco operator in the story of bringing the SaaS to mobile applications. So that would be it from my side. Thank you all, and questions are at the end, right?
Yeah, but I can add some questions now, if you are prepared for that.
Sure, go for it.
No, I have just one simple question. How is the Slovenian market reacting to these new trends? Cloud, going mobile? Are the majority of companies realizing the true impact of having these strategies implemented? I'm not talking about the software providers. I'm talking about the consumers. The consumers, yeah.
The targets. It's a lot harder question than it seems. After the launch, we had a half a year or 1 year when we really had to struggle. There was no market awareness. Nobody knew what we were doing, what we were talking about. So the ramp up was very hard. After that, the sales picked up. Still not on the level I want it to be because I'm from the marketing side. I plan, but it's picking up. And actually, we are now recognized as SiMobil is doing that, something new. They can take care of some of our issues. But still, there is a lot of legacy software, or still a lot of companies. We are targeting small and medium enterprises. Slovenia, as well as the Balkans, is basically our territory of small and medium enterprises. There is not a lot of corporations. So this is the sweet spot we want to target. A lot of them still, running the servers by themselves. There are even some DOS applications in some cases. So. The transition is not as fast as it should be, but we have ideas how to make the next step.
In your market, what are the key enablers for this turning point in order to move towards to a more cloud-oriented and more mobile-oriented market? What are, in your view, the key enablers? It's only about market awareness. It's only about understanding better.
It's not the market awareness. The market awareness. I think it's the first step. If you don't have that, then it's really hard. So, but once you achieve it, it's not a victory. It's just the first step. So now you have to build the sales, and now you have to get to the customers. Actually, one of the problems was that okay, you are doing it, but do I need it? I have some Google solution, or I have something free. It's from 1995, but I'm happy with it. So actually, what we are trying to do with the sales now is identifying the need and pinpointing the benefit that one of our solutions has. So sometimes it can be increased productivity. Sometimes it can be return on investment. So you spend 100 euros, but you save 1,000. Sometimes it can be security or agility, or it really depends. It depends on the the company. But more often than I would hope for is the price. So it's not the best situation in Slovenia right now. So the second or third question is always okay, but how much does it cost? And if company uses something that's been free, so far, forget that it's on a very, very lower level. It's not secure and it's not professional. It's been free. So you have to show the customer, it's not free, but you get this, and this, and it's much better. So this is basically the turning point.
Paul,
okay, thank you.
Let me just add to that point, because I think it's important. In Portugal, we see the market also lagging a bit behind, so I think it's taking a while for the cloud market to accelerate. But I think as operators, we have an obligation to drive the growth of the market. So our strategy is not to wait for the market to grow, because we know it's going to grow, and then be leaders in the market. I think we should be in the seat, in the driving seat, making sure that we drive the market and that we educate the market, because we know the advantages these solutions bring to customers. Sometimes it's hard to convey the clear business benefits of these solutions to our customers. Also because, at least in Portugal, you're talking about a very fragmented market with a huge weight of SMEs, small SMEs, and so here the critical thing is to make sure that people overcome, well, first of all, some of the myths that still persist around the cloud. So communication is key, obviously, but not only raising awareness, always also clearly communicating the business benefits of the solutions to customers, making sure that the customers try the solutions. One thing we do, and which telco operators can do, is bundle telco services together with some simple cloud services, and then make sure that these customers activate these services, which is a key point. And then afterwards, you can upsell and cross-sell based on these anchor services. And these are some of the things that we're doing, making sure that customers try the services by subsidizing sometimes at initial stages, and then making sure that we are very active in making customers activate the services, see the real benefits, and then upsell and cross-sell services on top of that. I think it's the only way that we can grow the market faster than it's growing right now.
It's really, really interesting, because this morning in the room C2 we had a wonderful presentation by Dr. Rainer George about the way to communicate with clients. Because sometimes it's a problem when selling cloud. We are not talking about the client. We are not talking through the client. We are always saying the same things. Cloud will reduce the cost. Cloud will help your business move faster. But we are not talking directly with the clients. And it was really a nice talk this morning.
I think the word cloud sometimes even scares customers.
Yeah.
Because they're not sure what it is. Okay.
We are being pressed by time, and I would like to invite Céline to do the presentation, and also to address a little more this subject. Céline, please.
Thank you, Paulo.
Thank you.
Hi everybody. So just to introduce myself, I'm Céline Blanc, Sales and Marketing Director of Nomalys. So just before going on the slide to present you our point of view on the going mobile issue, I would like to ask you a few questions. For you, what Starbucks sells? Do they only sell coffee? No. They actually sell more than that. They sell friendliness. The same question for Nikon. Do they only sell camera? I would say no also. I would say they sell souvenir. And for the going mobile issue, it is exactly the same. What should mobility provide to end user? Only data access? At Nomalys, we believe the contrary. We believe that going mobile issue should provide to end users freedom, knowledge, and pleasure. And on the mobility issue, it is pretty obvious for the B2C market, but it's pretty obvious also for the B2B market. So this is the reason why we have 3 beliefs on the mobility issue. The first one...
No, it's not that.
It's this? Great. The first one to us, going mobile, is, before everything, going smartphone. What do we mean through this belief? It means today mobility is most of the time think to be compatible with tablet. Tablet is a good mobile device. We believe we can do many things with it. But the first mobile device that we all have in our pocket is the smartphone. So we strongly believe that going mobile, if there is if companies is wondering about what going mobile could be, we would say going mobile first is going smartphone. So if a mobile app is compatible with a smartphone, it will be of course compatible with a tablet, but the contrary is not necessarily true. So this is our first belief on this issue. The second belief is going mobile is going more data. What do we mean? Once again, if we say going mobile is going smartphone, most of the time you would see a mobile app with less data than you have at your office, because we normally address only the B2B market. So going mobile is not going tablet because we have more space to put data. Going mobile is going smartphone, but it's also going more data. So it means to go with more data on your mobile device. It means you really have to focus on the user interface, to think in a different way the user interface to make your data readable, accessible easily, and to create a mobile app that is people-friendly. This is our third belief. We believe that going mobile is going people-friendly. It means thinking about first the end users, then the IT system you're going to bundle your mobile app. So at Nomalys, this is our 3 key points to think the mobility issue of our customers, whatever the size, whatever the sector, whatever the end user behind the mobile device. We have those 3 beliefs because this is really important to make a successful mobile project, is to make it compatible with the tablet, but also and especially with the smartphone. It's to put more data that you could have only at your office, because it is really important for a mobile app to focus on those data, because it is when you have a meeting with your client that you need all of your data. And if you try to escape the question and if you try to tell your client today, okay, let me go back to my office and I will call you back as soon as I have the answer, you miss your question, you miss your customer. So going mobile is of course going more data, because you need all of your data in your pocket to be responsive to your customer. And it's the same B2C and B2B. And the user interface is also really important. This is why you can see the smartphone, the screenshot we made for this session. actually a mobile app should be really people-friendly. So you really need to focus on the end user to make the end user happy to use this mobile app. Because most of the time on the B2B market, if you think first to the data and not to the user interface, you miss totally your project. Because you won't have sufficient adoption from your end users. And this is the key point of a going mobile project successful going mobile project. So if you come tonight at the ceremony, we will be able to discuss this subject, or maybe later, but this is really the three beliefs we wanted to transmit to you, because we believe it is really important on this big mobility issue to put in the middle of the thinking the three key points of a successful mobile project. And if you have any question, I can answer them, both
Yes.
clients or partners or...
I have two questions, but first I would like to know if someone on the audience has questions.
Maybe you experienced previous mobile project in your own company and would like to share some thought about that?
Céline, one of the problems that usually you have talked about going mobile is to going smartphone. And one of the problems that we have already talked about is the complexity of the multiple platforms that you have to address. You have to think about iPhone, you have to think about Android, you have to think about mobile, and even BlackBerry. I have seen in your website that you are
Yes.
also supporting BlackBerry.
We are compatible with all the platforms.
Yeah, how are you able to address all that complexity of having multiple platforms? Is that a cost for your structure?
Yes, it is a cost for our company to develop the mobile app on the 4 different platforms, iOS, Android, BlackBerry and Windows Phone. But it is actually a necessity. Because we believe you can't think a mobile project with only one platform that would be compatible with all mobile devices, whatever the OS can be. We believe that a successful mobile app should be developed in the native language of the mobile device. Because, as I said in my third point, the most important thing is to be people-friendly. So that means the most important thing in a mobile project is to focus on the user experience. If the user experience is awesome, your mobile app will be used at a level that you cannot imagine today. Because end users will take pleasure to browse their databases. It would be the first time probably. But this is really important to focus on that point, and this is why we developed the mobile app in the native language, to optimize the user experience, whatever the mobile device can be.
Okay, another problem that I would like to talk to you about is when you say more data, going mobile is also going with more data. And what about the communication costs? What about the stress that you are putting on the communication or on the operator that is selling the communication to your customer? How you do that?
So actually, when we say going mobile is going more data, we at the very beginning of Nomalys, the question was how can we access, for instance, SAP on my BlackBerry with half of a screen, very small. How can I access my SAP database on my BlackBerry? So we needed to work through a method to innovate, because the issue was the problem is not SAP. The problem is how will I display SAP on a mobile device? Will I take the same screen than my PC? Or should I change everything, change the point of view, and completely rethink the user interface of the mobile device? This is why I put a screenshot to show you how we can build a simple app, an intuitive app, to to access complex databases, complex and multiple databases. So when we say going mobile is going more data, today in companies, they are building their IT systems since almost 20 years, for almost 20 years. And now, with a mobile project, they are literally saying, we've done all of this work, we spent all of this money, but at the end, we don't need it. At the end, we will only take 20% of what we built just to be able to put it on a mobile device. It does not work. It does not work, and this is really not the philosophy of Nomalys, and it's completely the contrary. We say to our clients, even big companies, Orange, GDF, Total, they say, you've done a really great project on your CRM, on your ERP. Why should you cut 80% of all of this just to make it mobile? So we say to our client, just think different. It should remind you something. Just think different. And through Nomalys, through the GUI, the graphical user interface of Nomalys, it becomes possible to browse a huge quantity of data on your smartphone, on your tablet, on your BlackBerry. I saw some of you with one BlackBerry, so you can. Yes. So the biggest innovation of Nomalys, because we have several patents, the biggest innovation is about the user interface, and through the mind mapping, we are now able to display a huge quantity of data, even SAP. So this is the reason why we say going mobile is going more data. I am a salesperson. If I am just in front of my client and not able to answer the question I was not prepared for, I completely lost my client. So this is why we say going mobile is going more data. We do not want to frustrate the end user.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you all. We are a little pressed by the time. And you are all invited to participate in Mobi's workshop tomorrow to discuss a little more these subjects. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Patrícia, João, and Dr. Domen.